Here goes another rant. And by the way, you're going to hear my wife in the background talking to my mother-in-law. You probably did in the last video. Fuck it. I'm in the mood to do these videos. Bad production quality or not, I don't give a shit. Anyways, don't buy this fucking thing. And it comes with a 7-inch 45 RPM signal with a fucking hole in the middle. Nobody has fucking 45 RPM adapters anymore, right? So I fucking lined it up as good as I could, you know. Managed to get it to work. And I posted it on Facebook as a joke, and then a buddy of mine said, hey man, why don't you come over? I got a 45 RPM spindle you can keep. I know I can get one on Amazon tomorrow morning, but it was the thought that counted. So I went over with my wife. We had a nice barbecue dinner over there. Thanks again, Mark. And, you know, we had a good time and all that stuff. And anyhow, so that's the first part of the rant. Oops, don't fall down. You cost me 50 bucks. I love Neil Young, okay? I'm Canadian. It's in my blood. Anyhow, got stoned at my first concert. 1985, Neil Young with Chris Christopherson opening for him. First half of the show was an acoustic set, played all the hits plus a couple of things off the Old Ways album. It was 1985 after all. Second half was the electric set, started off with Powderfinger. After that, I don't remember too much because I think the pot had kicked in. It was a couple of these Canadian hippies, and we were all sitting up in the nosebleeds. So, you know, and we're 15, 16 years old, what the hell, right? And my buddy had this, I remember, I'm never gonna forget it. He had rum and Coke in this fucking little wine sack thing, right? And so we had that as a primer. And we were kids, we don't fucking know any better. Anyhow, I'd seen Neil Young a second time live. That was in 1992, I believe, in Hamilton, Ontario, in my hometown. And that was an awesome show. It was during the Gulf War, and he had this big mic stand out with a big yellow ribbon tied around it and all this. And it was a very cool show, and I stayed stone sober for that one. So I bought this turd on a stick. It's full of intergroove distortion. I don't know who the fuck mastered it, but they should be fucking shot and quartered, whatever. Don't buy this fucking LP. Spend 20 bucks, get the Neil Young archives, play it bit perfect through the Bluesound node, because Bluesound has a Neil Young archives app on it, and it's all bit perfect played through your DAC. Sounds 1,000 times better. And why I have Live Rust on here is that's what introduced me to Mr. Young's music. Grade 10. It was right before the high school strike in Hamilton in 1985. And a friend of mine, she'd lent me the LP. It was her brother's. I recorded it onto a cassette, played the crap out of it that summer, gave her back the LP the same way that I borrowed it, no issues. And, you know, again, this is one of my favorite all-time live albums, right? This is a fucking travesty. I wanted to actually buy that on vinyl, but after listening to this, no fucking way. I'd probably better off finding a $10 pressing on Discogs from 30 or 40 fucking years ago. It'll sound better than a reissue, because if that's what the Neil Young remasters sound like on vinyl, count me out. This is part of the reason why I'm slowly gonna stop buying all this shit. So, I'm only on my second beer, guys. Actually, I was on my second beer in the last video. So yeah, you know, it's always buyer beware, but I was disappointed again. You know, Neil Young's a big analog guy. You know, he was doing the whole high-res stuff, you know, 20 plus years ago. He came out with the Pono and all that stuff, and, you know, everybody laughed at him back then, and now it's the norm. So whatever, man. Neil, I love you, brother. You know, I know you're enjoying life in your California ranch for the last 50 plus years. All the best, my friend. And again, subscribe, unsubscribe. Hope you liked the video. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, or the rest of your week, sorry. Cheers, guys. Again, Kilt Lifter didn't pay me for this video.